their hearts and their heads, nothing is aligned at that point. Like they're just going through the motions of billing their hours, working their hours, but they're not there. They don't want to be there. And so if that happens for too long a time, you end up in burnout.
Welcome to our Happy Rainmakers video series where point one can make a difference. Today I'm joined by Kelli Proia, who is the founder of Lawducate. Kelli is a life coach for lawyers. Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
So, Kelli, we talked in some of your earlier videos about the stress that lawyers go through and how stress it kind of comes with the job of being a lawyer, and you need to have some ways to recover and have some time for yourself. But when does that ordinary stress that all lawyers probably experience almost every day cross over into burnout? What are the signs of burnout in an attorney, and how is that different?
The legal profession, I think that, we talked about being always on. So you're always, you never, your brain never shuts down. You're always thinking about your clients. You're always thinking about whatever matters you have. And some lawyers work 7 days a week as a source of pride. And that's stressful. But when it turns into burnout is when lawyers start saying things like, I don't like practicing law. I don't want to go to work. I really hope that something bad happens to me so I don't have to show up at work. I've talked to lawyers who fantasize about getting hit by a bus on their way into the office or being injured just enough so that they don't have to do the work. They don't want to obviously be catastrophically injured, but there become these thoughts of I'm just not happy. This used to make me happy, and there comes a turn where it's just like I don't want to do this anymore. So the first question I always ask my clients is, do you like practicing law? Because I am not going to teach you how to get more clients if you don't really want those clients. Because if you're not happy practicing law, you don't want more clients. And those are the things that I listen for is those discussions of, I really don't want to be here. I don't like the work I'm doing and that I used to love. I don't want to go to the office. And it's not even like they just want to like work from home. Like, with the whole pandemic work from home thing, it's like they don't want to work anymore or do what they're doing. And those are the signs I look for. But at the same time, they can't shut it off. They can't not do it. They do show up and they push through. And that's where it just like their hearts and their heads, nothing is aligned at that point. Like they're just going through the motions of billing their hours, working their hours, but they're not there. They don't want to be there. And so if that happens for too long a time, you end up in burnout.
How do you separate I don't like now from whether or not I like practicing law? Are you trying to get at if it's the circumstances they don't like or the profession itself?
So it's two things. So when I became a lawyer, it was the late 90s. So I went to law school in the mid 90s and I watched my classmates take like the first job they were given. So like, or they were offered. So like if you were offered a real estate job, you took the real estate job, whether you wanted to be a real estate attorney or not. So when I practiced law, I used to say I would not want to be a lawyer if I could not do intellectual property law. I loved IP law. It was like kind of a calling for me, if you believe in those things. So it's like but I did try my hand at real estate right out of college. I did real estate closings, and I was like, I will never do this as a lawyer. I would not want to practice law if this was what I had to practice. So the question I would have is like, are you in the wrong practice area? Like, do you just not like trust in estates, or do you not like, real estate or family law or whatever it is? Or do you just not like your firm? Is it a culture issue at your firm? Or is it really like I used to love it and now I'm like, I don't I don't want to see another client. I don't want to see another case. So that's what I'm kind of trying to figure out for my clients, like what level. And some of my clients like, I love what I do, but I just need more clients. So I'm like, okay, you love what you do, you need more clients, we'll work, we'll help you. But there's always those like all of a sudden 12 years in, 15 years in, I realized like I really never liked real estate or I never really liked family law, but I guess I'm here now. So I either leave or I do this. So that's kind of what I'm looking for.
Anybody who's listening to this and getting a little worried that you're hearing about yourself should reach out to Kelli or a therapist or your doctor or someone and spend that point one making an appointment. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen.